Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. On a recent 2-Minute Warning, I told you about the cultural divergence between better educated and more affluent Americans and their working class counterparts. Now, 50 years ago, whatever economic differences existed didn't manifest themselves in crucial areas such as marriage and the rearing of children. But that's no longer true, and that is a tragedy. It's a tragedy because there's overwhelming evidence that marriage and intact families are good, not only for the individuals involved, but for society as a whole. It's a tragedy because without a stable family life, social mobility is even more difficult than it already is. One example of the benefits of marriage and stable family life is crime and public safety. Look, every time I set foot inside a prison, I see the results firsthand, face to face, the results of divorce, of splintered families. So many of the prisoners I talk to tell me about growing up without a dad, so they look for that male role model by going to the gang. This fact is not surprising. The Department of Justice tells us that more than 60% of prisoners grew up in households without a father. Some 70% of juveniles in state-operated institutions come from fatherless homes. Less dramatic, but no less important, is the relationship between marriage and poverty. Of the children under age 6 who live below the poverty line, a mere 6% live with married couples. 59% live with single mothers. What's more, there's a strong link between intact families and educational achievement. And of course, educational achievement is undeniably tied to future earnings. To put it all together, a society that promotes and strengthens marriage is, as the expression goes, investing in its future. Of course, this kind of investment isn't a matter of money, but of ideas, beliefs, and commitment. Dare I say it's a matter of worldview. Now, governments can adopt policies that can strengthen families, that's true. But creating those families is a question of culture, not politics. And this is where you come in. We have to start by making the case for marriage, starting by modeling it ourselves, what it really should look like. We've got to start in the church, educating Christians to be able to live a full, wholesome marriage and witness it to their friends. All of you listening today, Christians, whether laymen or leaders, have to get the marriage issue right. If we cannot strengthen and heal marriages in our own congregations, we've got nothing to offer society. In addition, we have to learn how to make the case for marriage in a winsome and loving way. Our culture desperately needs a renewed and vital understanding of the benefits and blessings of healthy marriages, and it's our job to teach them. We here at the Colson Center are committed to working with other organizations to provide you and your church important resources for rebuilding the culture of marriage. Because when it comes to strengthening marriages, failure is not an option. That's this week's 2-Minute Warning. I'm Chuck Colson.